Yo me salía de mi casa, mi mamá no se daba cuenta. Yo andaba montándome en los camiones, andaba ahí de vago. Yo cuando llegaba anoche. Y una pandilla de chavalos, íbamos a robar gallinas, muchas cosas, íbamos a robar sandía, melones, todo robábamos. Fue que yo me fui a la casa porque mi mamá me regañó, entonces me fui a dormir así en la basura. Me fui a dormir y estaba pidiendo real a la gente. A ver, dormían al frente de mi casa, payasito dormían, y yo estaba durmiendo así, y andaba unos zapatos, andaba ropa, vestido pues. Entonces me llegaron los vagos a quitarme todo, y en la mañana siguiente solo amanecí con el calzoncillo.
For young boys, the streets and markets of Managua are dangerous. Days spent begging, stealing, skipping school, and going hungry push these boys to the edges of society. Cielo Vida gives a boy an opportunity to change his life.
The object of working with these kids was to get them out of the streets, to give them an opportunity to look at other possibilities in life, that they weren't necessarily condemned to being street kids or market kids their whole lives, that there were other possibilities. One of the keys to that was education and going to school, learning to be literate so that they could be functioning members of society. But probably most important, at least at the beginning, was getting them to realizing that they had the opportunity and that we were encouraging them to change that self-image and become regular kids, basically.
Cielo Vida provides a home with love, health care, and a path to school. Cielo Vida teaches responsibility, self-respect, friendship, and community. Cielo Vida promotes education as the road out of poverty. Cielo Vida outreach staff visit the markets and streets to provide first aid and tell these throwaway boys about the opportunities of the Cielo Vida program.
And the Managua House stayed as the entry house for kids coming off the streets, and then on Ometepe kids would get a longer-term rehabilitation and education.
Most boys enter the program with malnutrition and post-traumatic stress disorder.
Trauma is a very difficult thing to treat, and it's definitely something that takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of patience because it can't be pushed. It has to come on its own.
One of the important aspects about Cielo Vida is the role of the psychologist. And the role of the psychologist is not just the professional psychologists we have on staff, but the role of the educators and the volunteers and the people who work with the kids. Everybody has to be a little bit of a psychologist to deal with these kids and to help them deal with their own issues that come up daily.
Tenemos que enseñarles que tienen derechos a ser amados, que tienen derechos a amar, y esa parte es muy difícil a veces porque tienen miedo.
Le hablamos sobre los valores, porque muchas veces los niños no conocen de los valores, porque también en su casa los han perdido. Entonces lo que nosotros hacemos es reeducarlos otra vez nuevamente, hablándoles de valores y así para que ellos sean mejores personas.
On Ometepe, because the kids were going to the public school, we're participating in community-based sports teams and all sorts of different activities, and really integrating into the community. And with that, they were changing their self-image. And after a while, a year or two, they were no longer street kids.
Se trabaja en función de brindarles a ellos una alternativa diferente basado en la voluntariedad, basada en la buena disposición que tiene por el cambio, y además porque Sí a la vida trata de ir incentivando en cada uno esos valores y prepararlo a la vida independiente. Tratamos de que sea integral desde todas las áreas de trabajo. Tenemos las que son el área educativa, el área social, el área psicológica, área de salud. Ellos hacen deportes, hacen actividades de recreación, manualidades y danza, entre otras.
The kids make pulseras, which are friendship bracelets, and that's a major activity because that gives them pocket money and it helps support the project when we sell them outside of Nicaragua. That's something very important because they develop a kind of a financial independence too.
To see that you are being supported when you're doing something that you believe in, that somebody is watching you and supporting you and celebrating for you. We can also see this through education. And we've had many kids graduate who couldn't read when they first came to the project. And the process of going from not being able to read to graduation is such a huge accomplishment, not only for us, but most importantly for them, for each individual kid.
Neville from Northern Ireland. I've just been here about 10 days. If you come here and you see the extent of the project, it makes me realise that somebody had a great vision to make this happen. And that the fact that it doesn't get the same attention as some of the big NGOs, or the big NGOs seem to get much more attention. But the work that's done here is just as valuable.
The ultimate goal is reintegration into the larger community and reuniting the family whenever possible.
Cambié mi vida, cambié todo lo que había, como dicen, el Julio de antes, el Julio que era pandillero, mejor dicho, de la calle, que comía en la calle, comía migajas y todo, ya ese Julio ya había cambiado. Ya pues, entonces, ¿por qué? Por lo mismo, por el mismo apoyo de que hacía la vida.
Más que todo, pues, cuando llegué al proyecto me sentí un poco como protegido.
La asociación me ayudó, pues me empezó a trabajar con psicología, en la parte educativa, porque tenía algunos problemas para asimilar las asignaturas. Me cuidaron, me protegieron, me incentivaron valores también, el respeto hacia los demás, el cuidado del medio ambiente y a salir adelante, pues a tener éxito en todas mis metas que me propusiera. I am studying in the university with my last years. I have working at Asociación Sea la Vida, Just to Life, and I like my job with Sea la Vida.
Cuando la madre mira a un hijo que va por buen camino, ellos se sienten alegres, orgullosos.
Sí a la esperanza de un mundo mejor, sí a las sonrisas llenas de alegría que llenan nuestro mundo de esperanza y de color, sí a la vida, sí al amor, sí a la esperanza de un mundo mejor, sí a las sonrisas llenas de alegría que llenan nuestro mundo de esperanza y de amor, sí a la vida, sí al amor, sí a la esperanza de un mundo mejor, sí a las sonrisas llenas de alegría que llenan nuestro mundo de esperanza y de color.